I strongly believe that in order to become the most attractive version of yourself, it's not always about how you look. It's more about the type of energy that you're bringing to the table. So this video is for people who want to become hotter and more confident, and I'm going to tell you all the ways. I think it's a really nice feeling to work hard on yourself so that you can keep upgrading and leveling up while you watch everyone else around you who are close-minded stay exactly where they are while you get better and hotter and more confident. I know that everyone has the potential to be their very best, but you need to actually listen to me and do the work because I'm serious. Once you learn all these tips, there's no going back to being unhot and insecure. This is something that you cultivate. I mean, look at me. Back then, I wasn't hot and confident, and then look at me now. I need to tell you that I still love the old me very much. She taught me everything, but I'm physically, mentally, and spiritually unable to go back to where I was. It's impossible. I believe that you can do it because I did it, and don't worry, I'm going to show you how everything works. I'm going to go through the hot and confident mentality, the belief systems, values, glow up routines, how to put everything into practice. This is a full tutorial, so you can't do everything that I'm mentioning in the video and then come back later on in 2 months and tell me you're still not hot and confident. That's impossible. I'm going to give you some live homework, and you need to go and put that into action, otherwise it's useless, okay? By the way, it's scientifically proven that people become hotter and more confident by subscribing to my channel. I'm joking, it's not proven, but I've been told that by the birds. So if you want to improve yourself in any way at all, you know what to do. Thumbs up to support the video and subscribe to my channel if you want to subscribe to my channel. Okay, let's get into it. I want you to know that being hot and confident, it's really all in your head, or at least it starts there in your head. If you talk and act and embody the fact that you're already beautiful, you know exactly what you're doing, other people will follow your lead. People will believe whatever you tell them. That's what I started doing. Sometimes you just have to fake it until you make it, so that when you finally make it, then it's no longer fake. That's the hard and honest truth, no BS. Sometimes it's really uncomfortable, and the reason is because when you first start to believe that you can be hot, you will feel like an imposter because who are you to think that? Well, that's the thing. You've been making all of these choices all the way up to this point so far that's not aligned with the hot and confident energy, which is why you landed here today. And then you're like, oh no, this feels weird. I can't do this. I'm not hot. When people say that, it's so sad to me. And literally, the angels in heaven are crying right now because everyone deserves to feel good about themselves. If you want to improve, then you need to do certain things better than before. You need to let yourself first receive the grace and kindness. You are the only person who can inspire yourself to do hot people things. And I can show you the way, but you need to do it. You already know all of the benefits to things that make you hotter, like exercise, healthy eating, changing your mindset. So I don't want to have to keep repeating myself because this is what my entire channel is about. And you already know, I didn't make any real long-lasting changes to my confidence until I stopped looking for any type of external inspiration or external validation from other people. None of these things ever last, by the way. And I just started doing everything for myself. I first told myself that I am beautiful, I am hot, I am confident, and I am going to use my newfound energy to empower myself. If other people can give you compliments and call you hot so you feel hotter because of it, then imagine if you actually believe that yourself. Every time you say it to yourself in the mirror, you don't need anyone else telling you this. You already know. Your I am language is what's going to define your entire life. Not other people's compliments, not other people calling you hot or whatever. It's from changing that belief first that yes, you do deserve to do better things for yourself so that you can then start making changes about the way you feel good and how you feel good about yourself, because then that will make you feel and look better even when everything sucks. When everything is going horribly and all seems really weird to you, all the more you should be doing the thing. That's the only way to get out of any kind of insecurity or any kind of rut. Do the opposite of what you're feeling. I have to say though, the next step also is very important. This is you walking the walk. You need to take good care of yourself, period. Because if you don't have things like good hygiene, you have terrible posture, like you're a hunchback, you smell bad, you don't comb your hair. If you show up super confident and you look unkempt, then you're just gonna come off as very creepy and insane. I'm not even joking. Just think about it. That's an energetic mismatch. any kind of mismatch will come off as very strange and very creepy. So we're not going to do that. We're going to embody the hot and confident energy. So let's not betray ourselves like that. We have eyes to see. We have noses to smell. You don't even have to look a certain way. It just needs to make sense. Even things like better posture helps us understand people better and communicate more effectively, which is going to boost your confidence. Other people are going to see you as very trustworthy and capable. If you're open posture, steady eye contact, positive body language, and all of that, it helps you express yourself better and understand people more accurately, and you're able to navigate situations a lot better. This way, you are going to get a social and career glow up. Literally, it's literally a cheat code. So make sure that you are actually energetically aligned with your posture, which you automatically will, by the way. When you start to sit out straight, you will feel a lot different than when you're hunched over. Another type of energetic mismatch is dysmorphia. Sometimes we just can't see how we look objectively, and I know it's hard. I've been there. What we see in the mirror sometimes is different from what we see on the camera, and that's a fact. It happens all the time. It happens with different kinds of iPhones that you have, or different kinds of lenses, Android versus Apple, whatever it is. Because I'm on camera, I know this especially, but you have to move past that. I love to say things like, so what? I look weird today, but so what? Move past it. We need to collectively heal this body dysmorphia and any other kind of dysmorphia, because it comes from a place of not being aligned and very disconnected from ourselves, which is also why I'm about to go so hard on self-care as my next point. So let's make sure that everything matches the energy that we're bringing to the table. A few practices that are really amazing for this is to listen to guided audio meditations and subliminals to help you reinforce that belief. I leave my go-to audio meditation platform on my channel's link in bio, so you can go check that out. But really, being able to commit to even a 3-minute track can help you calm your thoughts down a little bit more and see things more clearly. That's the goal. Writing down your feelings, making more sense of it also works really well, like identifying any kind of toxic behavior or thought patterns in therapy. That's all you working on yourself. Sometimes you can even bring your random notes app blurbs into therapy. Why not? One time somebody asked me, why do you say that you have to be strategic in therapy? Personally, for me, it's because I know what I want to work on, and I want to be able to make sense of my thoughts better. So keeping a not so formal journal, if that intimidates you, or even just a random word vomit notes app thing to therapy works really well, so that you and your therapist can go through it together as a way to work on something specific to you instead of feeling totally lost and wasting your money. But all of these things will help you grow your confidence. I promise. You need to unlearn all of these things that make you feel unworthy and unlovable and unhot. But don't worry about the methods, the techniques. Just go with what you vibe with. I don't do absolutely everything that I recommend every single day religiously. We all have lives to worry about already, so you gotta pick and choose at least one to start, and then if one doesn't work out, try something else. But you don't have to overwhelm yourself. Let's also talk about another practice that helps you feel better energetically. I've been drinking a few cups of tea a day, not every day, but most days, and there's so many benefits to tea. It's really great if you're looking for a healthy daily habit that will also support things like healthy weight management, kickstart your metabolism while keeping you feeling more energized, hydrated, and absolutely glowing. Especially if you want to be hot and have amazing skin, you gotta get into drinking more tea. I love Pick Tea. This is my favorite brand. It is 100% organic, made with the highest quality and purest ingredients for maximized benefits and bioavailability. These tea packets are so cute. They're perfectly pre-measured and they dissolve in both hot and cold water in seconds. So you can have cold brews anytime that you want. You can take them to the gym. You can also travel to the office with these little packets. So all I have to do is to open up the packet, add water, and add some ice, and I got this. Really easy to mix. Specifically, I've been drinking the Radiant Skin Duo. This one, the BT Fountain, is a yuzu berry flavored beauty electrolyte tea, and it's super hydrating and also has natural ceramides and hyaluronic acid and minerals, which hydrates at a cellular level for glowy and supple and youthful skin. If you guys don't know already, I am obsessed with hyaluronic acid anything, and ceramides are clinically proven to improve your skin elasticity and reduce fine lines. There's also their Sun Goddess matcha, which is high quality ceremonial matcha, which has been specifically prepared to contain more L-theanine to promote more calmness. The EGCG and chlorophyll in this matcha also supports firming up and clearing up our skin. And this matcha has been helping support my energy levels a lot more evenly compared to coffee, which by the way, too much coffee makes me anxious, it gives me the jitters, and that is just not hot girl energy. We want to be cool and sustained and calm. These two combined will help you improve the overall health and appearance of your skin by protecting it from damage, strengthening your skin barrier function, keeping it very supple and hydrated. I even found their website, the before and afters of people who drank their teas after a while, and it's pretty amazing. I mean, what a better way to start the new year with clear skin, right? So for a limited time, with my link in the video description, you can get up to 20% off the Radiant Skin Duo and also get free gifts like a free rechargeable frother and glass beaker. So thank you to Peak for sponsoring this video. I also found that the routines that make me feel prettiest are the habits that connect me to myself rather than just the end goal. Because goals for the sake of goals are never it. You can never be pretty enough, for example. The real enough is the point where we're satisfied and aligned with ourselves. And that's the point where we feel very confident. So I want you to get to the point where you feel good about yourself and think this is truly where I'm meant to be and this is truly who I am. The end goal really is connection and energetic alignment. So for me, I'm doing physical things like the combination of a face and neck massage routine in the morning where I'm, massaging my chest, I'm draining my lymph nodes, and you can find these exercises on YouTube. I also use my red light therapy panel in the morning, and this is when I zone out a little bit and tune into how I want to feel, not just how I want to look. Another type of ritual that you can do to help yourself feel ready to be productive, there's a huge difference in my energy when I show up to work from home in my pajamas where I haven't washed my face yet or did any of my routines versus having already done my morning rituals. I took a shower, I feel clean and fresh, and I listened to my morning affirmations and I got out of my PJs. These are really big confidence boosters. What I notice in others is how their beauty radiates when their routine seems to come from a place of enjoying themselves and caring for themselves rather than through the pressure to look a certain way. It's almost like you can see or feel the energy behind it, which you can. I've always loved the process of doing a full face of makeup and admiring the end results. But I also love the whole exfoliating, moisturizing, and massaging process. I feel like I'm truly treating my body and my skin right. Also knowing what your best feature is and enhancing it to make your best features pop out even more. So how do you know what your best feature is? Ask yourself. Really sit down in the mirror and look at what you can bring out more of. Pink blush on my skin looks amazing. Lip liner before my lip gloss. If your hair looks good on you, you better make that the focus. If your jawline is the best feature, you should get a haircut that will highlight that instead of hiding it. You need to show off more of what makes you look and feel good. If you have pretty eyes, you can get a hairstyle that brings that out more or wear more mascara to emphasize your eyes, things like that. Happiness as well, and particularly the lack of stress. That means regulating your nervous system and not constantly spiking out your adrenaline levels, feeling nervous and on edge and worried and mad all the time. I know a lot of us are addicted to the drama, me too, but that's not healthy for you. That not only ages you so fast, it's also hard for you to feel confident when you're constantly in that mindset. If you don't believe me, think about how much better, younger, rested, and peaceful a guy or a girlfriend of yours looked in the past when they broke up with someone who was terrible for them, like they just got out of a bad relationship or they left a horrible job and all of that. Think back to how drawn out and exhausted and aged someone looks when they're stuck in life or grieving a loss or they're fighting with their partner. There's always going to be people out there who will be bringing out the best in you and the worst in you. Sometimes these people are your family or your partner. There's nobody in the world, nobody that is worth more than your sanity. Literally, if I feel like a fight is about to start with someone, I shut it down so fast. Like, come on, there's better things to worry about instead of getting into some silly disagreement that's going to give me wrinkles. Just agree to disagree and move on. You need people around you who can bring out the hot and confident qualities in you, not the other way around. When I left a job and I went back to collect my stuff a month later, my HR lady looked at me and was like, wow, you look amazing. And I told her, yeah, it's because I left this job. And that felt so good to me saying that. So choose to spend time pouring your good energy into things that pour back into you. And if that's not the case, then plan your strategic exit as soon as possible. Eventually, something will need to budge so that you can feel good again. Another thing is that you have to believe that you are hot. Never think that you are objectively not hot, because that is never true. Someone will always think that you're hot, no matter what. There is no amount of you trying to convince me that can make me believe you, because I don't care what you think that you're objectively ugly. At the end of the day, that's what you think about yourself. Why do you care what I think? How is that helping you? So you're just gonna give up? Like, oh, I'm ugly, I can't do this, goodbye. Okay, then bye. No. The right mindset will be, there are some things that I can improve on, and if I can prove that I can go through this, then it will help me level up. I will be in a better place than before. You need to show up for yourself with that kind of attitude, because you're not doing this for me, this is for you. There are plenty of people out there who are really attractive and beautiful, but they are totally blind to it. They don't have that hot energy. They're not confident. They refuse to believe it. And so they're not hot. It's a mindset. My old roommate is an actual gorgeous model, and she always refuses to believe that she's attractive, even though she's signed to a top modeling agency. She's a perfect example of this. She's a really sweet girl too, but she never gets hit on, despite being pretty. I mean, she's a model, and I think in a way people become intimidated by her energy, because she gives off the energy of being very shy and demure and closed off. She has a very Mr. Darcy syndrome, and if you've never read Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, Mr. Darcy is a character in the book which is like a super aloof guy that people think, oh, he must be so arrogant, let me not talk to him. But deep down, he's actually just kind of shy and worried about what people think about him. Because here's the thing, right? True confidence is silent, but insecurity is actually really loud. Because when you're insecure, everyone around you can pick up on it. But when you're confident, you're actually very magnetic, so you don't send out insecure vibes, which is that repelling energy. Instead, you're attracting. You don't need to try hard to convince everyone around you how hot and confident you are. You just are. So my old roommate, right? She is afraid of showing her true self, because I think as a model, she feels like she also needs to be like a blank canvas for the brands. But that's boring. That's absolutely bare minimum. Even the best models out there are not just blank canvases. They are iconic. They are muses. And muses will always bring something to the table. They are creators. They create an additional vibe, and they're part of that creation process. So hot and confident people are automatic muses. They have big energy and they inspire people. But my old roommate, she just can't simply believe that she's desirable. And here's the sad part. I think this is why a lot of pretty and kind and sweet girls settle a lot less, because the guys who are super confident, they know that they can get anyone, and they don't even have to be good looking or even good people on the inside. None of this has anything to do with being a good person. I've seen so many cases of this, so I will teach you how to get to that point, okay? Confidence and sheer audacity can make you hot in people's eyes as long as you look like you care for your body and you act like you belong anywhere. That's what makes people popular. It's because they're super comfortable with themselves, and so they make other people feel at ease with them. They don't care what people think about their looks. You don't have to be objectively good looking in the face or be a good person on the inside, although it helps a lot. It's very nice to be a good person. But that's still not the full picture, and that's just the harsh and honest truth. What these guys do, and I know quite a few of them, so I have a good sample size, is that they keep investing in themselves. They're always working on their bodies at the gym, because the more you do it, the more you can prove to yourself that you can do even more. And that's confidence. It's constantly proving to yourself that you can one-up yourself constantly, become stronger, healthier, find more peace in your life, date more gorgeous people, whatever, no matter what the goals are. It's all the same. And like I said before, it's a mind and body connection. So these guys, if they're super confident, but if they don't present themselves well, like they stink, if they don't brush their teeth, then they're gonna look creepy, right? These guys are connected with themselves. They are way past thinking about their insecurities and what they're lacking and what their flaws are, because they don't let it get in their way. Everyone, even beautiful people, have insecurities getting in their way. They wouldn't make a move on anyone because they think that they weren't good enough, whatever. But one thing these super confident guys do differently is that they're so used to getting rejected by people that they no longer care if they get a no. They will simply move on to the next person. Eventually, someone will say yes and go out with them. They're not desperate, and they won't chase people. They're simply cool about it and very chill, and they always put themselves out there. They're always showing up so that people see them. And that's how they get to the yes, and people become attracted to them, because they're like, who is this person? person. They are everywhere. And that's a very hot attitude. I'm not even gonna lie. In order to believe that you are hot, you also need to learn how to attract. Attracting is the opposite of chasing. There's an art to this. You need to be connected with yourself to find out who you are, find your aesthetic, know what you like, know what you don't like, and then present yourself in front of the things that you like, or express yourself accordingly. That's how you become attractive and magnetic and hot and confident. People who see you will know what you're about, and if they vibe with that, they will come to you. But if you're insecure and you don't know who you are and who you're not, and you're so disconnected from yourself, then that's not attractive. Because if you don't know who you are, how can you expect anyone else to know who you are? I know guys who know exactly who they are. They have a very strong self-concept. They have a very distinctive sense of style. They will go to the party. They will literally stand there at the door and introduce themselves and shake hands with everyone who comes in through the door. So then everyone at the party is like, oh yeah, that guy, he's my first impression of the party. And it's funny because I don't even remember their names, but I know them when I see them. I remember their presence. I remember their style. I remember the way they make me feel when they say hi and they're really nice. That's what I meant. But they're probably also hot. Confidence is an energy. People will remember that over your literal name and face. And the reason why we say that confidence is silent as well is because you're speaking through that embodiment. You're not telling people, look at me, I'm so confident. You just know that you already are and you radiate it. You don't even need to try hard at all. You just are. And you do things that confident people do because you do that because you're confident. Even simple things like smiling and saying hi can go a long way. And I promise the more that you do that, the more you say hi to people, the more your confidence will grow because you start to realize nobody actually cares that much about you. They will care about how you make them feel. And if you show them, look, you're interesting. Hi, I want to get to know you. That is incredibly, incredibly flattering. So if you don't feel hot and confident, my advice to you is practice this. Make other people feel good. Go out to where people meet other people. Because in those places, everyone's expecting some kind of social interaction. So they'll be more open to you. Networking events, parties, community gatherings, all of that. Put on a smile, put on your most confident vibe, and just say hi. Not to get lucky, not to put pressure on yourself, just so that you can get comfortable with being confident. The more you do this, the more people will start to recognize you. And if you have an easygoing vibe, you're going to put people at ease. Nobody might know your name, but you'll be known as a person that says hi and smiles a lot. So what you're doing is just getting comfortable being your most confident self in front of other people instead of staying at home all the time thinking, I'm not confident, I'm not hot, I'm just, I'm just me, I'm just in my bedroom. No, like the more you do this, the harder it's going to be for you and the harder it will be for you to go out the door. Eventually, if you keep putting yourself in places that you don't feel like you belong and keep convincing yourself that yes, you indeed belong there because you do, eventually you're going to be so used to being confident that you get to the point where you know you don't need compliments from people because you're just radiating it. When you're fully satisfied with yourself and comfortable with who you are, that you don't think you need any more positive feedback or worry about what people think. You can just simply show up as who you are. And that is just so incredibly amazing. And you can work on not only depending on compliments, instead shift your focus to what makes you feel good about yourself. What are the things that you can do? What are the practices that you can do? What are the things that you can tell yourself? Because seriously, you guys, it all starts with the mind. It all starts in your head. The overall motto for me anytime I'm anywhere is to just be hot and have fun. And by be hot, I mean be hot and cool and interesting to you and not be hot for anyone else. That's literally the secret to being hot, period. Is to stop caring about everyone else and be so into yourself that you're just radiating that energy. And once you start radiating that energy, you're not so much in your head anymore. Instead, you can now shift your focus to, to other people, to making them feel comfortable around you. As soon as you start owning your power and working it and exercising it, the game is going to change for you completely. So start moving how your soul wants you to move instead of how the world tells you to move. As always, I hope this is helpful for you guys. I have made quite a few videos about magnetism and being attractive and being charismatic, as well as glow up videos, but they all culminate into basically that energy and mindset that you're bringing to the table. It's all about your belief system, y'all. So if you like this video, thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? Subscribe to me. Thank you to Peak for sponsoring this video, and I will see you in the next one.